So here's the deal for today. We are at the Win, the Encore. You know where we're at. And we are playing a tournament. And I'm going to attempt to vlog this tournament. But since I know how annoying tournament vlogging can be, we're not going to vlog any hands until we get a little bit deeper. We're not vlogging level 1. Nothing happens in level 1. So, wish me luck.
Pre-roll. I'm ready. I'm pumped. I'm locked in. We're gonna get them set.
All right, so we made it to the venue. We're gonna get seated, level 1, and this is gonna be painful. I already know it's gonna be painful, but I'm gonna share the pain with you people. Jeff's here. Right. We got Brad here. He's gonna share the pain too. So wish me luck. I mean,
Good luck,
by the time you see this, you know, you already know, but I'll see you in Monaco.
Thank you to the players. Thank you for supporting Club WPT Gold. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan.
Hey Martin, I'm the anchor of the World Poker Tour and I am so honored to be here in this room with all of you. The energy in here is like nothing I have ever seen.
Okay, so I told you guys I was going to start vlogging when I got to a decent level. We are at first break. Casey, Poker Mama is here.
Hi, guys.
And now the vlog is eventually going to start. I will tell you this. I'm on dust. I have so few chips that I'm already on the 10-20 and the 5-10 list here. So don't expect a lot out of this tournament. She might win it, though.
I'm going to win it. You heard it here first.
Wish me luck.
So the first break is over, level 5 is beginning, and so far, nothing has gone my way. Not card distribution, not board runouts, not seat selection, nothing. In fact, this massive free roll with literally 1,500 runners in which a very large portion are recreational players, and who gets seated to my direct left? On tilt Nick, a seasoned, highly aggressive pro. The first 4 levels, although not recorded, were a mixture of me folding 90% of my hands pre-flop, 3% of me folding on the flop, and 2% of me getting the showdown with the worst of it. With the cash game list here at the Win being literally hundreds of people deep, I wasn't lying when I said I had already placed myself on both the 5-10 and 10-20 lists. My confidence in me making a deep run in this free roll is low. With blinds at 300-600 with a 600 ante and sitting on 8,600 myself, I open under the gun to 1,400 holding ace-jack offsuit. The button calls this open, and with action now on the small blind, he jams for 18K, and we both fold. He flashes ace-king offsuit. The very next hand, I pay the 600 ante from the big blind, and the under the gun 2 player opens for 1,400. Looking down at pocket sixes, it's time to go. I jam my remaining 6,600 into the middle and get quickly called. He puts ace of hearts 10 of spades on their back, and now it's time to win a race. Deuce of spades, 5 of clubs, jack of diamonds, 8 of spades, 3 of hearts. We double up, but still not out of danger by any means. But at least for now, I still have some place to sit while I wait to move up on the cash lists. 2 hands later, the low jack opens to 1,600 and the hijack calls. Now with about 14K in chips, I look down at pocket jacks on the button and find another jam, but get no action. Level 6 begins and blinds increase to 400-800 with an 800 ante, and I jam again for 12,800 holding ace-10 offsuit from the cutoff. I do get through the button, but the small blind rejams for 16,900 and this can't be good.
Pre-raise all in. 17,000, 16,900.
The big blind folds pocket nines face up for some reason.
Fold.
The small blind tables ace-king offsuit. Well, this is good news. That hand can't beat anything, right?
Big laydown.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That would be hurt. Oh, yeah.
Nice hand, man.
That would hurt. 2 all ins of mine. Oh.
Wow.
All right, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
So our tournament day is over. We decided to get in our remaining chips with ace-10 offsuit and ran into ace-king. But all is not lost. All is not lost. And here's how much confidence I have in my tournament game. I put myself on the cash list about 2 hours ago. So let's see if I have a seat.
When I arrive at the poker room, I'm in luck. Although starting out 91st on the list, I have advanced to 2nd. It doesn't take much time before I'm ushered into a game. The first thing I notice about this game is that I recognize very few people. That's typically a good thing. Besides an Italian pro named Nico to my left, everyone else is new to me. One orbit in and I find myself on the button with 10-9 of clubs. I open to $30 and get raised from the small blind to $130. All I know about this player so far is that he's been in 4 hands since I sat down. He's won most of them without showdown. Small sample size, but he seems aggressive. I call the $130 as there's no need to re-aggress this player. Ace of diamonds, jack of clubs, king of diamonds. He checks, and I check it back. The turn, 9 of diamonds. He checks again. I've picked up the thinnest of showdown value, although realistically, I can't beat any reasonable big blind versus button 3-bet range. I check it back. The river brings the queen of clubs and he checks for the 3rd time. Holding a straight, I can now beat things. Hands like ace-queen or pocket 9s that check due to the front door flush coming in might toss out a crying call if I bet something here. I slide $120 into the pot and get snap check raised to $720. This would be an audacious bluff on his part, even from an aggressive player. Fold. The very next hand, the player in the cutoff returns and posts. I open pocket 4s from the hijack to $40. The cutoff then raises to $140, and now action is back on the 1 seat, who is now the button. He 4-bets to $400, and both I and the cutoff fold. Again, 1.5 orbits is a small sample size to really lock in a player type, because maybe he's just picking up quality hands. But it's looking like this player on the button is the aggro spewtard type. Just something to keep my eye on. So far this session, I'm really struggling to get anything going. I have a feeling that will change as I look down at pocket kings from under the gun too. I open to $30. The hijack calls, the button calls, and the small blind squeezes to $210. Had he made it a bit smaller, even $20 or $30 smaller, I would have easily 4-bet here. But his sizing and the coupling of my position with 2 callers behind me, not to mention all of us being 200 big blinds deep, lean me towards a call. I do, and of the remaining 2 players, only the hijack comes along. There are 3 of us. A clean flop would be nice. A clean flop I do not receive. Ace of hearts, 10 of spades, deuce of diamonds. My hand gets really easy to play when the small blind continues to bet into both of us. He chooses $210 again, and both I and the hijack choose to fold. So after doing nearly the impossible and winning a couple of hands with the hand that shall not be named, maybe things will turn around this session. Here the button limps, small blind folds, and I check my option in the big blind with Queen 5 of diamonds. 8 of hearts, 5 of hearts, 5 of clubs. I start with the check. He continues for $20 and I check raise that to $80. He contemplates, then calls. The turn 3 of clubs is checked by me and he checks this back. When the river ace of spades appears, I bet again, $150, which is a healthy sized bet into this pot. Again, he contemplates, decides to call, sees the bad news, and then mucks. This one begins with the under the gun 2 player opening to $30 and that bet getting called by the hijack. From the cutoff, I make it $150 holding ace queen offsuit. Both players decide to come along to a flop, so we are 3 ways. King Jack 4 with 2 diamonds. Under the gun 2 checks, the hijack checks, and with action now back on me in a board that, although I don't smash, it does connect pretty well with my 3 betting range. I continue for $160. If either of them decide to come along, well, let's just hope I remember how to bink a gut shot. It doesn't come to that though, as both of them just fold to my turn bet. The hijack opens to $30 and both myself in the big blind, holding King 6 of diamonds, and the small blind call his open. Another 3-way flop. Deuce of diamonds, 10 of hearts, 6 of hearts. The small blind checks, I check middle pair, and the hijack continues for $40, and we both find calls. The turn is the 5 of diamonds, and I'm not mad at that card. The small blind checks again, I follow, and this time the hijack doesn't bet. He checks behind, giving me a free shot at my flush draw. The river ace of diamonds gives me the nuts.
Ahem, technically, you do not have the nuts, as that would be 3-4 of diamonds, but as this hand played out, especially due to the lack of turn action, it would be safe to say that you have the relative—
Shut the hell up. I'm fighting for my life here. I'm just going to go ahead and call this the nuts this time. The small blind checks, so clearly he has nothing. My only real hope is getting some value from the hijack. I bet $100, but both of them pretty quickly fold to this sizing. I'm working hard trying to build my stack at this table and running into roadblocks at every turn. But I just rivered a flush, so maybe things are turning around? The hijack, a clearly recreational player that says he only came to town to play a couple tournaments and is new to the table, opens to $30. I flat from the cutoff with ace-7 of clubs and just he and I see the flop. 5 ace-3 rainbow. He checks, and with top pair but a middling kicker, I check this back. Maybe he will lead turn, or if not, I can get 2 streets of value myself with turn and river bets if the board runs out decently. The turn brings the 10 of hearts and now he bets $30, possibly taking my flop check back to mean I have missed, or maybe he's the I bet my flush draws type. Either way, my hand is too weak to raise and I was going to bet a similar amount anyway. I call. When he leads for $40 on the river 4 of spades, I'm given a little pause. I beat flush draws and bluffs, and I guess ace-6, but that's about it. I don't really see Rex opening ace-king, ace-queen type hands and then checking the flop, and they definitely would bet more with a set they found on any street. Maybe he rivered 2 pair? I'm not folding, so I find the call and... oh. He flopped 2 pair. The low jack opens to $30, and if there's any hand that's going to get my train moving up the track, it has to be this. The best hand in the business. 3-5 suited. Pure 3-bet. I make it $100 thinking that alone might do the trick versus this out-of-town recreational player. It doesn't. We go to the flop heads up. Ace of hearts, 4 of clubs, queen of spades. Wow. Maybe my luck is turning around. I managed to catch a flop that hits both my perceived range of big aces and stuff, and gives me an actual gut shot and backdoor flush draw. Not bad. The low jack checks, and I continue telling my story with an $80 bet, similar to what I would be betting with something like ace king. He calls this bet too. We don't catch the offsuit deuce on the turn because we aren't that lucky, but we do catch the second best option, the 7 of spades. I've now improved to a double gutter and a flush draw, although I still don't even have a pair. When the low jack checks here, I size way up, $300, and get called again. Come on, river, do your thing. The river doesn't do its thing, unless its thing is pairing the 4 and leaving me holding 5 high. So the question is now, do I bluff this card? As I'm pondering this question, the low jack answers it for me by haphazardly tossing $500 into the middle. Well, that answers that. I just need to catch a break, and so far that's been pretty hard to do. Maybe I'll fare better in this next hand. I open pocket 7s from under the gun to $40, and I get action from the cutoff, the guy in the 1 seat. This is the same player that was playing hyper aggressively when I first sat down. He's since lost a huge pot and has slowed down a little bit, although he's still playing pretty aggressively. However, here he just calls. The big blind joins, and there are 3 of us. Queen of spades, 7 of clubs, 4 of spades. Finally, let's go. The big blind checks, I continue for $60, and only the cutoff calls. Heads up. What I'm thinking here is that I want to dodge a spade. So of course, the turn is the jack of spades. Damn it. I check, and now the cutoff takes the betting lead with a $180 bet. Him betting turn doesn't mean I'm beat. Like I said, he has a very aggressive side and could easily just be trying to steal this pot. That being said, I kind of wish it wasn't a spade, obviously. I call, praying for the board to pair on the river. The river? The jack of clubs. Thank you, sweet Jesus. I check and continue to let him and his aggression have the betting lead. He doesn't disappoint and fires $400 into this pot. This session has sucked. I haven't been able to really get connected on anything, so rivering this full house feels so good. I know I'm check raising him, but I'm not sure on the size, so I tank a bit. Settle on $1,300 and toss that out into the middle. He now tanks for a bit, goes back and forth with making a decision, and finally decides to call. My jaw hits the floor when he tables Queen Jack of Hearts for a better full house. I was, what's the word? Flabbergasted. My brain was exploding. What the hell just happened? A buddy of mine sitting in the 2 seat mimed shoving all in and shot the 1 seat a confusing look and shrugged. Maybe today just isn't my day. Reeling from that lost pot with a full house and with a pocket full of chips to add on, I need to make a decision here, and I need to make a smart one. Am I tilted? I know me, and if I'm tilted, I should not top off my chips because I'm likely to blast them off out of sheer, I deserve to win a pot too, entitlement. I need to sit and think about this for a second. Sometimes you need to be smart and protect you from yourself. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes to decide. "15 minutes came and went, and about 45 minutes later, I decided that I wasn't tilted, just frustrated. But that was enough. I picked up my chips to leave. I'll fight another day."
Okay, our session is over. We are going to do the wrap up. Hey, how are you doing, man? We are going to do the wrap up as we walk back to the ballroom to see how our friend Casey is doing. I know she's in the money. Cutting to the chase, I was in the game for $3,000 and cashed out for about 900 because poker is frustrating. I'm very frustrated right now. You probably saw that I flopped the set and lost to runner, but what you didn't see is that happened twice in this session. I lost with kings twice in this session, and I'm just kind of in a funk where things just aren't going right. But it's just how it is. I'm not happy-go-lucky all the damn time, and right now I'm frustrated. But we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wish the best for our friend Casey, and so until you see me again, subscribe, leave me a comment, and hey, what's going on, man? Subscribe, leave me a comment, and hope that next session is better. Bye.